Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of The Flash. This time it's episode 13, The Nuclear Man.
So we've got basically three main plots. There's the Firestorm stuff, there's some Linda stuff on the side, and there's also Cisco and Joe at Barry's old house.
Well, like the episode, we'll start with the Linda plot, which is a mixed bag. At the beginning, I really enjoy it. It's fun. We get a really fun scene of Barry on a date.
Yeah, still a better match than Iris.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, obviously we get a really fun scene with like Barry on a date, showing how funny he can be, him getting ready. You know, it's a fun montage, and you know, we get a bit of a mixing it in with like him doing some stuff. It's a bit like another scene we had earlier, but here we get a bit more of it. And yeah, that was a fun scene. But then we start to get into, and then of course we start to get into the usual superhero drama of, sorry, I've got to be somewhere, I can't say where. There's an entire show built around that, which we'll get to watch maybe one day. I could be referring to a lot of shows.
Yeah, I'm still not sure exactly what you're on.
I could refer to a lot of shows where the hero's like, sorry, I've got to be somewhere, and the excuses get worse and worse every time.
Yeah, the worst thing is when heroes are in school.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Can I go to my room? I'm sick. Can I go to the infirmary?
Yeah,
but then you can just ask the nurse.
Okay, but anyway, enough about other shows. But that leads into drama, which leads into more of the drama, which, as we lampshaded last time, is going to lead to some silly drama with Iris. And Linda's like, you like Iris, even though she's stupid. Yes, sorry, I can't help it. I'm dumb. Sorry, it's my one character flaw. Anyway, I'm going to do something dumb, and we're still together. So, we got some fun scenes, some dumb scenes, and they're still together. All in all, the Linda plot was all right, but a little annoying at times. But hey, you got to have some plot somewhere.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about the Cisco plot, because Cisco, obviously, like you said, Cisco and Joe start investigating the Barry stuff, which... Was it mentioned before that Cisco was going to help him with it?
No.
I think it kind of was hinted at it at the end of the Man in the Yellow Suit, because remember Cisco's like, hey, I saw two lightning and it's just like the thing.
Oh, yeah, he did mention that to Joe at the Christmas party.
But anyway, they go to the old house and, we get a good scene where they start figuring things out and we learn about blood patterns, and we somehow learn that Barry's blood was there all that years ago. But an adult Barry's blood.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into more next episode. We won't say more, but obviously we're going to build to some more very interesting parts of The Flash.
Yeah.
We're very close to it too.
Very close.
Very close. It wastes no time getting into it, but we'll worry about that soon. But really, yeah, it's enjoyable. And like I said, it's nice to have this back plot of them investigating, because like I said, the investigating Wells subplot is one of my favorites, and it really ramps up in these next few episodes.
Yeah. And it also ties in with, Cisco has a bit of a blind spot with Wells, but, he starts to doubt him when, he suggests killing Ronnie, which...
I don't think he was doubting him because he said, let's kill Ronnie.
I don't know, just that moment where Cisco asks him, do you really think we should kill Ronnie? And he doesn't give a straight answer, he just says, stay here, Cisco.
Yeah, but that's not really... Yeah, but I don't think Cisco's going to judge him for that. You can't blame anyone for that situation. But... yeah, but we'll get into the main plot, obviously. It's all about Ronnie, and the interesting thing about this episode is, as you'll see by the ending, it's basically a two-parter, which means that this episode itself, as a singular episode, doesn't really have a villain.
Yeah, true.
Not counting the cliffhanger at the end, we don't have a villain for the episode. At first it seems kind of like, Ronnie is going to be a villain, but he's not really a villain, he's just causing trouble. Because obviously we learn a lot more about Stein, and it's really fun learning about Stein. Obviously, he's one of my favourite characters.
True, this is his introduction, which it didn't feel like that for us because we watched things out of order.
But the thing is, it's not just that, but we've had a teeny bits of hints in the past couple episodes. But obviously, we do see that Barry already knew him from a train scene, which I have to talk about. Because originally, that scene... Okay, so let me connect the timeline for you. The scene of Barry on the train is just after he goes from Star City and then he's getting the train to Central City, then he runs to work and does all the stuff in the first episode. Originally, that scene was going to be in the first episode.
Oh, nice.
And that would have been way better, in my opinion. So think of it this way. If that scene was in the first episode, it would have served us few good reasons. One, Barry's talked about the particle accelerator and everything, and Iris, so it does a bit of setup if you're not familiar with the show. Two, it sets up Stein, so it doesn't seem like Stein comes out of nowhere. It seems like a clever thing we planted.
Yeah, and that pan to the Firestorm box
it's even more foreshadowing.
Yeah, similar to when they showed the name Grodd in the first episode.
Exactly. But also, it's a nice connecting the dots, because if you have been watching it in the perfect order, the last time you saw Barry, he was on his way from Star City, so now it connects the dots even more. So it would have been really cool if they did put that scene in the first episode. And remember, they filmed that scene for the first episode, so it's not like they planned for Stein to come out of nowhere. They had it. They wanted to put him in the first episode. So again, Stein didn't come out of nowhere, and they really should have done it earlier. And it would have been way cooler.
Yeah, definitely.
They could have even if they could have at least done a quick flash to that scene in this episode if they had put it in the first episode, they could have done a quick flash to that scene just to refresh it in your memory, or it would have been in the previously anyway.
Yeah.
But enough about that scene. But like I said, we learn a lot more about Stein. It's more about Stein than Ronnie, because we've already had plenty of information about Ronnie through the past few episodes.
Yeah, plus Ronnie wasn't in control at all.
Exactly. Exactly, it's mostly Stein doing all the work. Stein attacks somebody, then he attacks Barry, and
one little flaw is that I keep wondering, why did it take him this long to go looking for, like, his friend or whatever, and I don't know.
I mean, that's a good point. I don't know why he waited this long to attack the science guy, but I mean, it's not like he waited this long. First, he was at Star Labs, like, in the Christmas episode. Plus, we know at some point he did go to Clarissa's house a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do get more stuff. And then obviously we get the climax, if you will, with, we find out that, like Plastique, he's going to explode. But this time it's going to explode if he's not dead, whereas Plastique exploded because she was dead.
Yeah, and that creates an interesting moment because we know that Wells is the bad guy. He could have just killed Ronnie and that would be it. And Gideon told him if he used the tachyon thing on Stein and Ronnie, it'd mess up his plans. And he said, well, my plans can't happen if Central City blows up. But it wouldn't blow up if he just did the heartless thing and killed him.
Well, that's the thing, though. I like this because as bad as we know that he is, no one is completely evil. Well, maybe next season's villain. But, most characters are not insanely evil. And even as he'll say in later episodes, he's not a bad guy. He just does what he needs, at least in his mind. So why would he do the heartless thing? If he can find another solution, he will. It's not that he wanted to do...
Yeah, it involves using his thingy, though.
But that's the thing. He's not doing it exactly, though. But think of it this way. He's not doing it to be evil. At first, it just seemed like the most logical method. Until they figured, well, we'll try and find another way. But...
How does he explain to the rest of the team, oh, I had the tachyon thing all along?
Well, he only took a piece of it, so maybe they didn't realise what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not like he took the whole chest thingy.
Yeah, he took a tiny bit out of it.
But yeah, obviously we have the cliffhanger where they're given a thing and then he blows up, and that's it. Other than a cliffhanger of the army and General Eiling, who we haven't seen since, speaking of which, Plastique.
Yeah.
So, if there's bombs...
He
just wants bombs.
Really interested in people that can blow up.
Why can't he just build he could buy, what's so special? He could get his own nuclear bombs. Why does he keep chasing people who are bombs? But...
I mean, Plastique was useful because she could turn anything into a bomb.
That's the thing, though. It's a bit hard to call it a climax because really it's the cliffhanger, the building up to the next episode. This episode is fun, but obviously I will tell you now that I remember enjoying next episode way more, which makes sense because if you think of it as just one big story, obviously next episode's all the climax.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy this episode.
Yeah, it was.
We get the good ongoing plot with the Wells stuff, like the investigation and all that, and then we get the Ronnie and Stein stuff. The only thing I don't care for that much was the Linda stuff, but even that wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah, I love season 1. I think I'll go as high as 7.
I love season 1, but you're only saying 7?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a nice. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5. Next episode will probably be better.
Okay.
Because, like I said, this episode's mostly build up, but it's still really good.
Yeah.
But, with that being said, what's the name of the next episode?
Fallout.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Arrow or Supergirl episodes called Fallout. Like reusing names. But enough about that. I suppose next time we will see you for Flash episode 14, Fallout. See you next time, guys.
See you next time.